starting the day in better spirits. I am dry, but there is so much water along the trail, which means the unreliable water sources will probably be reliable, but it means I'm kind of walking through water. Charlie's Bunyan. I was here a few years ago when I did the LeConte vertical mile challenge, and I have to remember to post a video and then tag it here. I'll also put a picture of when I was here last. It was Christmas Eve. I'm in much better spirits today. The weather is a big part of that. The last 2 days have really been hard for me. I faced my biggest fear, and that is being wet and cold and no way out of the rain and wind. And I also slept in a shelter without a sleeping pad last night. It was uncomfortable, but I was warm enough and it was doable. It was nice to be in the shelter just because there were other hikers there and they were miserable too, and that made me feel better. There were 2 snorers, and that kept me up most of the night, and just sleeping on wood. But I was cursing out the Smokies yesterday and begging Mother Nature to give me a break pretty much for 8 hours straight. And she didn't, and now the Smokies have, there's this beautiful, beautiful hike today. So I have 2 more days in the Smokies, well, 2.5, and then I'm headed to the Discerning Hiker Hostel. Ken and Jen are friends of mine, and so I will be teaching yoga there for anyone who wants to do a little stretching and working out the kinks. So I'll be there, and then I'm gonna head into Hot Springs and stay at Laughing Heart. They too have offered to let me teach yoga. So I have 2 kind of back-to-back visits about 4 days apart after this, and I look forward to getting a hot meal, to resupplying, and to drying out my gear and doing laundry and showering and all the things that you get to do when you get out of the woods for a moment. I hope you can see this. The clouds, the fog is literally falling out of the sky and down into the valley. The clouds and the wind are on this side, and then they're blowing over, clearing out on that side. And now I climb again. I feel like I'm stopping every, I don't know, 5 minutes or so just to take a video because it's so interesting through here. And I'm sure that this is similar to what I would have experienced yesterday had it not been for the rain and the wind. Getting all the views today. So far down. Found a perfect spot to take a break. Grab something to eat. I am, I don't know, 5 miles from camp, something like that. And it's been a fabulous day. My cell phone battery is not doing great, so I may have to be careful with that. Hanging out my gear because it's still wet off my pack. So I might need to conserve some battery over the next 2 days. We'll see. Whatever moss this is that lines the trail, so amazing. I think I have maybe just shy of, or just over a mile before I hit to the shelter. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on food and resupply stuff. So I love the stuff that I've sent myself. Not getting sick of it. I look forward to it. I'm really glad I have it. Breakfast has been great. The protein oatmeal is perfect. I've been putting in a blob of peanut butter the last couple mornings, but I also like the nut and fruit variety. Keep checking to see if people are coming because this feels weird. And I'm going to move the rise bar until morning. A little bit more protein earlier in the day I think might help me, even though the Thunderbird bars and Picky bars are good as well. I enjoy the meat sticks. Sometime around lunchtime, and I've also been using tuna and chicken packets that I'm getting in towns for like a lunch. Haven't had the wraps. I might go back to that. I did enjoy like the peanut butter and the dried fruit or the cream cheese and the dried fruit. We'll see what happens when I get into town after the Smokies. And afternoon, just snacky type stuff, candy, mostly the M&Ms, the almond M&Ms, and then fireballs. I have another fireball. I think I'm gonna finish my day with number 5. I think it's number 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then dinners. My homemade dinners have been great. Love them. I don't care about variety at that point. I just want to eat. And I've been doing a meal replacement out of chocolate milk, like a hot chocolate mix, and some protein powder, and also some like peanut butter powder. And I like that. especially like mid-morning, late afternoon with cold water, but it's not great for you. And so I'm gonna look for some healthier like meal replacement options when I get into town. I know that Vega does one that I like, and maybe get some greens in there as well. And then after dinner, I have been either doing a big protein bar. The Snickers are working out. At least I feel like eating them. So that's been good. I think I'm doing better with the amount of calories and also the mix of kind of processed, but mostly whole food stuff. Haven't got a lot of fresh, and I'm really disappointed in that. But hopefully this next stop, I'll get into town to a grocery store and get a giant, like giant box of greens. I plan to eat the whole thing. Maybe not in one sitting, but I need some greens.